Hey folks, how's it going? I'm going to keep this one really brief. It's been a long day, it's getting late, and I've got to get up extremely early in the morning. So, for this video, I just want to talk again about how, with all the threats in the world right now, with, you know, the war in Ukraine, uh, potential war with Russia, potential war with China, all of these things that all these other prepper channels are talking about, uh, that you need to be prepping for. What, in my term, in my opinion, what you should really be prepping for right now is a personal SHTF. As everyone who's been watching my videos is aware, they recently made the decision to shut the line down at my job that I run as of January 15th. They've already laid off 5 or 6 people. I've been moved to a different part of the plant to learn a new process that they are extremely short-handed on. So that's good for me in a way, because at least it means that I'm not out the door yet. However, we just had another round of meetings, 2 of them in fact, over the past 2 days, yesterday and today. Or rather, this morning and this afternoon. With the hours I'm working, it blends together, folks. Anyway, we were told that the company I work for is a worldwide company. They have plants all around the world. And we were told that they were shutting down multiple plants, or at least multiple lines in various plants. Anything that was running extremely inefficient was on the line to be shut down. People were being laid off. In fact, one plant in Germany, one of the home plant in Germany, actually had to shut down for 3 weeks because they weren't getting any orders at all, not a single order. We were told today that the plant here in the United States, there's only one here in the United States. It's the one I work at. We were told today that the reason my line was being shut down is because, as good as we were running here, and we were running, it was the most efficient line in the American plant. But as efficient as we were running here, there were more automated, more efficient lines elsewhere in the world, in the whole corporate group. So for that reason, they decided to shut the line down here and move that production overseas. But because that was the most efficient line at this plant here in the United States, that just reinforces the fact that the rest of the plant is in danger of being shut down. They told us today that we really need to take note of what that means for the rest of the plant. They're talking about, if we can't get our efficiency up and get our costs down to a certain level, there's going to be more layoffs. There will be more layoffs. They've already made the declaration that they are cutting any unnecessary overtime unless it's been approved by at least one or more supervisors. And at my job, I've been working like 60 to 70 hours a week. And a lot of other people have been working those same hours. There are a few that have been working even more. But as of now, They're going to be watching overtime extremely closely. It has to be pre-approved before you work anything. In addition to that, as if that's not enough, they actually walked one of our managers out the door today. Now, I'm not sure exactly what all the details were regarding that, but yeah, one of the management was walked out the door today. So, in my estimation, everything's on the chopping block. They're already talking about shutting down extra days for next week, which is out of the normal for where I work. Normally, we only get 2 paid holidays or 2 paid days for Thanksgiving. And they're talking about shutting down the plant for at least 1 extra day, if not more. We're still waiting on the details to find out who is working and when, and who's going to be off when. So this is confirmation to me that my job is not secure by any stretch of the imagination. I noticed an article online earlier today stating that Amazon was about to lay off, I think it was 10,000 people. And they're not the only company. Other companies are still talking about layoffs. So what you need to be prepping for is not so much World War III, nuclear Armageddon, or anything like that. I mean, those are things you need to keep in mind. Civil unrest, economic collapse, those are the things to keep in mind. But the main thing you need to be prepping for is a personal SHTF. Things like a job loss. Things that affect are extremely likely to happen to you. And things that you can do to prepare for that. I'm talking, like I said, job loss, a rolling blackouts. Those are most likely going to be happening this winter. The price of food going up. That's continuing. That's not going down. So these are the things you need to be prepping for. In the prepping community, everybody talks about how you need to be prepping for all these big disasters or emergencies or what have you that affect the entire country or even the globe. But if you look at the probability of disasters or SHTF, the really big events, global pandemic, World War III, nuclear war, things like that, it's pretty safe to say that anytime you talk about something like that, the larger the event, the more people it affects, the higher the odds are, or the more, I'm trying to figure out how to put this. Like I said, it's been a long day and it's really late. The bigger the event, the more people it affects, the less likely it is to happen. It can still happen. I'm not arguing that. But the chances of it happening are less than something smaller that affects a smaller number of people. So, by that, what I mean is an economic collapse or civil unrest is far more likely to happen than World War III or a nuclear Armageddon. On the same token, a personal SHTF, whether it be tornadoes, a hurricane, rolling blackouts, local wildfires, things like that, natural disasters are far more likely to happen than economic collapse or civil unrest. And then if you go down to an even more personal level, a job loss, the sickness, the long-term sickness, hospitalization, or death of a loved one is far more likely to happen than a natural disaster. You losing your job, a tree falling on your house, like I said, a local wildfire, your car breaking down, some major event that can impact your personal life dramatically, but only affects like your immediate family. That is far more likely to happen than any of this other stuff. So these are the things that you should be preparing for. That's not to say you don't prepare for the other, but that should be your focus. The benefit to focusing on those things is that if you prepare for those, if you're well stocked on food, you have backup power, backup water sources, you have financial stability and financial safety net, those can get you through a lot of the other. So when you prep for these small, what a lot of people consider boring personal SHTF events, that's a lot of that translates on up the ladder into the larger and larger and larger SHTFs that could possibly happen that you need to be preparing for. So focus less on these major worldwide events and more on your personal threats. Like I said, for me, every day it seems like I'm getting more and more confirmation that my job is on the line right now. It's not secure at all. I've been making plans for when that happens. I'm continuing to do so, so that I have some kind of safety net to fall back on. And I would highly recommend that you do the same. These are things that all of us can do. How you go about it, what you need to be doing might vary from person to person. Again, as always, what works for me might not necessarily work for you. Your plan, your preparations, best for you, it's not necessarily the best for me, and vice versa. So go through your own life, evaluate the threats to your family, and make the appropriate preparations. Anyway, that's all I've got. I just wanted to bring this quick message to you. I haven't posted in a couple of days, mainly because of the hours I've been working. Anyway, I just wanted to get this out really quick. So do that. Make your own assessments on what poses the greatest risk to you and your family and to your lifestyle. Make the preparations there before you focus on this larger stuff. By doing that, that is basically the foundation of prepping for the larger or more dramatic events. And because it's more likely to happen, that's where you need to be focused anyway. So with that, just do your own assessment for your own life. Do your preps and make sure you're secure that way. With that, that's all I've got. I appreciate you guys watching. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't. I apologize about not getting any videos out the past couple of days. My hours are crazy right now. They've always been crazy, but here lately it's just been chaos. So I'll get some more videos out as fast as I possibly can. Until next time, folks, keep prepping, take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you later.